Hello my beloveds, my name is Evonne from Embodying Mother and welcome to the Cycle Report for the 27th of January 2019, and I come to you from Central Highlands, Victoria, Australia in the Southern Hemisphere. Before I roll into the Cycle Report, I just wanted to acknowledge and honour the past, present and future traditional custodians of this land, the Dja Dja Wurrung people, and I hope that our government of this beautiful country of ours will find a new date to celebrate the joyous, most abundant, beautiful, nature-giving country that we live in. So, here we are. First, we are 1 week away from Lammas, which is traditionally on the 2nd of February and astrologically on the 4th of February. So the first harvest is really pulling in the first fruits of all the seeds that we planted sort of between August and December last calendar year. So as you can see behind me, in my garden, I have a pumpkin and another pumpkin and another pumpkin and another pumpkin and another zucchini, and so many zucchinis that are coming out of our ears, and the tomatoes are well on their way with the basil and all these beautiful summer fruits that we planted. And with that, there's so much going on in this garden and so much fruit that as gardeners we really need to start looking at what fruits do we want to come into its fullness, and what fruits do we want to be fully nourished. And by doing that, we have to pick off some of the fruits that are just starting to come on, or some of the flowers that are growing, to enable the other fruits, like this beautiful pumpkin here, that are already established and on its way to grow in its fullness. So the plant has more energy and more space to nourish those pieces of fruit, instead of sort of putting the energy into developing more and more fruit. So we really got to pick it off, and that really aligns with where the moon cycle is at the moment. So on Monday, this coming Monday, so tomorrow, it is third quarter moon. So it's all about harvest and starting to let go of the things that are rising up that we need to let go to bring in a fuller harvest into our being. So, it doesn't have to be in the garden. That can be at work or at home, or anything that you see that, you would classify as a harvest, like there's a project coming on, or you put an idea out there and it's really developing, but there's lots of other things that may be stopping it or in the way from letting it grow in its fullness. So that could be ideas or beliefs, or, egos dropping in, saying that you can't do this, or it could be people that are sort of in your life that are a bit toxic. So anything that you can look at to see that needs to be let go of, this is the energy now to do it. And it really would support you doing this, and really beneficial. So your harvest can be more deeply nourished and really grow into its full potential. So that also brings me to the journal questions and the red tent questions that you might want to consider. So the question is, what do you need to let go of to bring about a more nourished and fuller harvest? I'll say that again. What do you need to let go of to bring about a more nourished and fuller harvest? With letting go, I feel that there's what I'm finding, especially today with the letting go, is grief that comes up as well. So it even could be grief that hasn't been dealt with for a long time, or it's been pushed down, and now here's a space for it to show up with the energies pushing it and helping it rise up. And I guess as we descend into the dark moon, so the dark moon is next Monday week, which is the 4th of February, we descend into that. And so it's a good time to start thinking about what you need to nourish yourself in this letting go process, and the letting go process and the grieving process. What tools do you have to support you through this, dropping into this deep descent? So my personal cycle, I am day 13, so I am really hitting the ovulation period. And because of the really where the moon is at the moment, and the waning moon and the waning season, I really felt this creativity phase of my fullness to be a little bit more subtle than usual. I've sort of lacked some energy, and so the creative process has really been, you know, sitting down with my daughter, who's about to go back to school after being away from school for the whole summer, and sitting down there and really enjoying colouring in with her and enjoying her glitter pens and, you know, the beautiful colours that they created. So I'm really appreciating the beauty of that creative process, and it's just so subtle and nourishing for me that it's not the full-blownness that I would like to see, but my body is saying no at the moment, and the seasons are saying now's, you know, maybe it's time just to really drop into that one-on-one time with the children. So, and that's also a harvest, which, you know, see, you can start to see how it all interconnects. So that is the cycle report for today. And before I leave you, I just wanted to quickly touch on some events. February the 2nd, Rachel Pilgrim and I will be co-hosting, co-facilitating the School of Shamanic Womancraft Moonsong, which is a one-day workshop for women that really dives deep into the cycles. So what I talk about here, and we talk about the life cycle, the moon cycle, the season cycle, and the menstrual cycle, and really draw up the map that Jane Hardwicke Collings has developed, and really dive in and seeing how it's all interconnected and all interweaved. Such a nourishing, life-changing workshop. That'll be in Mount Franklin, Central Highlands, Victoria. If you're interested, click on the link. For all these workshops, click on the link down below if you are finding anything that's calling to you. On February the 4th, which is Lammas, I'll be running a free online circle, so a red tent style circle, which will be online. So that'll be from 8 o'clock. So plenty of time to get the children in bed and get all settled in, and grab yourself a cuppa and come and join in our red tent. And we'll be talking about Lammas, and that'll be a free gig. On starting February the 15th, the weekend of February the 15th, we've got the opening gathering for the 4 Seasons Journey in the Otways, the School of Shamanic Womancraft 4 Seasons Journey in Victoria. And myself and some beautiful other amazing women will be apprenticing alongside me, and our teacher, Nymh Fox Harper, will be taking us on a year-long weaving of coming home. So coming home to self, coming home to land, and really a deeply transformative journey that will forever expand you and change you in ways that you couldn't even imagine. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, again, click on the links below. You'll never regret it. It's an amazing year-long journey. And starting mid-March, I'll be holding space online for a journey from equinox to equinox. So it'll be an online circle, a red tent style circle, traveling from equinox, going into the descent to the winter solstice, and then up again to spring equinox. And that'll be a closed circle. And also starting from February, I'll be available to do one-on-one Shamanic Womancraft weaving if that's something that you're interested in too, to really, again, dive deep into process and into your being, and look at the blocks that hold you back, or, you know, and look at expansion that, you know, you can bring forth into your being. So that is all that is happening, and that's the cycle report. I thank you so much for listening. From my harvest ovulation heart to yours, thank you so much. So much love. Bye.